Some Devils. J-Dog back to answer some more goddamn questions. Questions we're going over today. First is an order question. Then we'll get to got a note mailed to me for some freebie shit. Show that. And then we'll get to the next video line, which I already pulled up. This one's from Michael Karpov. Again, you place an order and you put fucking question in the goddamn notes, it gets answered. Again, unless I fucking overlook it, forget, or was just fucking stupid as fuck or answered a million times. What's up, J-Dog? First order from the site since finding your channel. That's what I like to hear, brah. Got a buddy in Sweden that I wanted to send some Ohio records to from a few of my favorite local bands. Oh yeah? Thought, why not order from an Ohio-based store? I'm looking at your order. What did you order from Ohio? I mean, you got a Gorgoth shirt, Dark Throne shirt, Valdron Effigy LP, and then two self-loathing 7-inches. Question for the channel, if you feel inclined to answer. Here we go. Who do you think's the most technical player in the black metal scene, or rather, who's got the most innovative and impressive riffs? For me, I'd probably go with Ishan or Kawajishima, Japanese guy, for his work in Psy. Never thought about it. Technical guitar player. To be honest with you, even the black metal bands that I like, no particular guitar player stood out to me where I specifically liked it just because of the guitar. And I'm probably not the best guy to ask for black metal because I seem to be. I don't think I'm. I guess I'm more picky on black metal, but to me, the only reason I am is because a lot of it's so goddamn repetitive. Death metal is too, but I mean, again, with death metal, I'm definitely just as equally picky or very, very close to it as far as anything coming out in the last 10 years to today. Because I'm like, if it's like, dude, I've heard this, I've already heard this. It doesn't suck, but I mean, what the fuck? I've heard this a million times. As opposed to black metal, it's kind of like that. Even not in my teenage years, but by age 20, it's just kind of like, oh, this again. Yeah, nobody's standing out to me, to be honest with you. I mean, I guess Emperor would be a good pick, right? Yeah, nobody's coming to fucking my mind. So probably the two that you goddamn fucking mentioned. So next in fucking line, I was sent a snail mail pack. And it was from the band Saprogenis. I'm not even sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I think I don't know if we've had your guys' shit in stock or not, or I've just seen the name, because I recognize the name, but definitely never listened to it. Anyways, snail mail me a goddamn letter with it. So, J-Dog, big fan of the channel. Watch videos every day before I go to work. That's what I like to hear, brah. Make sure to watch every single one of them. The ones on Saturdays and Sundays, if you're not going to work, make sure to fucking listen to them on the way home from work or something. Don't miss them, goddammit. You've even answered some of my questions. Yeah, I tried to. I mean, like I said, I just go by question marks. And then now, especially since I'm behind, I will skip some when I'm like, I have nothing to say to this, or I've answered this before. Trying to get to some newbies for all the regular devils like yourself watching. I'm Cave Grinder. Yeah, I definitely recognize that. Watching your videos, I've discovered a lot of great bands, but had not heard of before you talking about them. Good. That's what I like to hear. For fucking entertainment purposes and education purposes too. I wanted to send you a care package from my band Saprogenesis. So he pronounced Sap Raw Ginnus. So Sap Raw Ginnus. Sap Raw Ginnus. Okay, I'll try to. It's kind of a tongue twister. Laugh all out. We've been around since 2019. So basically yesterday. Playing deranged death metal gore grind influenced by Hemdale, Mortician, and 80s horror movies. We spent the last year touring and playing around the Midwest and recording our upcoming split with the band Rim Job. I can't say that I know them. One of our 4 tracks features our buddy Jason Pilgrim, vocalist of the Mighty Flesh Parade. Got that right, goddammit. Kill Whitey, which I know you're a fan of. I'm definitely a fan of Kill Whitey, goddammit. I hope all is well, and I'm happy to know you're stomping posers and flipping canoes while listening to those screaming demons. Keep up the good work with the channel. Stay sick, Ted Cave Grinder. So yeah, it's funny. So do you know all the guys from Flesh Parade? And how many guys? Well, first off, is Flesh Parade still around? And if they are, because I did Metal Archives a while ago, but a few years ago, and they had a much later disc that I never heard of. maybe from 20, I mean, don't even quote me on the year, maybe 2010, maybe 2015. I don't remember, but it was like way, way after fucking Kill Whitey in the 2000s. I didn't know that they had anything, and I did YouTube it, and I listened to it. I'm like, pretty good, but didn't have the same feel as the Kill Whitey disc, which the Kill Whitey disc is what, 2 or 3 demos on there? 2 demos and the Kill Whitey 7-inch, I believe. But that's what I listened to. Is I have the actual 7-inch, the original 7-inch from Relapse, and then but what I always listen to is the CD because you get the 2 demos and you get the 7-inch. Violation disc, right? It's fucking funny. Violation disc was like what 16 minutes long. It's like short as fuck. But fucking fantastic. But anyways, if Flesh Parade's still a lot round or the later stuff, is it all the same members or which members are not the same? Yeah, I'd be curious to fucking shit. If I knew I was gonna be going somewhere and I knew all the original Flesh Parade guys were gonna be there, I would definitely bring my goddamn Kill Whitey CD and have them fucking sign it. I've had that CD since I bought that when I was 14 years old. So I've had it for 24 fucking years. Same goddamn copy. So, yeah, that's pretty fucking cool that you know those fucking guys. Anyways, I went out and I listened to the CD's out in the fucking shop. I meant to bring it in, but I was like, fuck it, I'm already back here. I'm shooting this goddamn video. I listened to it. Yeah, I thought it was good shit. It's kind of about, it reminded me of, it was definitely raw, so not overproduced. Mortician mixed with a pinch of Malignancy, throwing a pinch of Hemdale in there, and a couple other bands I couldn't quite place my tongue on. But like maybe the Scourge. But yeah, I thought it was relatively good shit. I can't say it's something I never heard. I think a pinch of Last Days of Humanity in there as well is what I heard. Kind of, so it's kind of like, yeah, to be honest, the way you described it, what is it? Say on the CD, deranged, brutal, sick metal or some shit like that. I'm like, whatever it was, I'm like, oh, this kind of, yeah, that pretty much describes it. But then he sent me a fucking man size too at about goddamn time. If you're gonna send me a shirt, 2X or 3X, goddamn it, man size only. But the shirts look pretty fucking sick. I think it's the same art that's on the goddamn CD. Yeah, I'll definitely wear it, man. No doubt about it. So hopefully over the next week or so, when I'm wearing it, should hopefully it's on the day that I'm recording a video because I don't record it. I post a video every single day, but I don't necessarily record a video every day. As I backlog. So, but I do record. I haven't been doing in the last couple months. Where in the very beginning, I was recording almost all my week's videos on a Saturday. I was recording like 5 videos and then maybe like 3 on a Sunday. Not so much doing that anymore, just because I haven't had time. My Saturdays were tied up. So I do record a video probably at least 5 days a week now. So try to have that on. One of the days that I know that I'm going to definitely get to recording, goddammit. Anyways, then on to the goddamn questions for the next fucking video. And the video is just brought up, didn't proofread shit. Just scroll to the first question mark you saw. David Vincent versus Jeff Walker for the biggest poser award. Yeah, that's definitely a coin goddamn toss, huh? I'd probably have to go with David Vincent, though. Just for the fact that he just looks fucking annoying, too, goddamn it. Sewer question, J-Dog. Morbid Angel is good, but what do you think of the vocals on Domination? I think they suck shit. Where the Slime Live is a song in particular that I liked, but vocals sound like he's drowning. To be honest with you, and I do like Covenants, but at first, I was always kind of like, this album kind of blows. The reason I said that was the standoff part with the vocals. I'm like, what's with these goddamn Macho Man Randy Savage fucking vocals when he had that sick ass fucking voice on Altars of Madness? And I've been told it was actually Dave from Void Meditation Cult Manicore. He said, yeah, because, Dave and Dave. He said that Vincent said that because he quit smoking. I'm like, sounded like he took up smoking because he has a more fucking like kind of comes off to me as like a fucking WWF fucking wrestler goddamn vocals, as opposed to that guy was like devil type vocals, those satanic sounding, just demonic vocals on Altars, and then that was kind of the complaint on Blessed or Sick too. You notice half of it's kind of those style of vocals, and then half of them's Covenant style. Whatever the reason was, he quit smoking. Well, you need to take smoking back up, brah, because your vocals went down. I mean, they're drastically changed. At that point, it's literally like, oh, they got a new vocalist. They may as well have. It's completely fucking different. So it lost that staple sound. Not to mention, I thought it was fitting too, because if you really go to the history of the band, listen to Abominations of Desolation with Mike Browning singing. The vocals with Dave taking over they're in that style. You know what I mean? Nothing irritates me more than when a band usually change vocalists, it goes fucking downhill. you got to at least get a vocalist that's similar. Now, there's exceptions to the rule, for example, but again, I heard Vile first. Cannibal. If I was a fan of Cannibal Corpse's first album from the day it came out, and Corpse Grinder joined, not saying I wouldn't like it, but I maybe might not because he's nothing like Barnes. So if it was me, if I was in Cannibal's shoes, I probably wouldn't have picked George. Granted, look, hindsight's 2020. Looking back at it now and know what I know, he was a damn good fucking pick. But he didn't. I mean, especially to the Mutilated, Butchered Birth, he doesn't sound anything even close to that. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody that's close to it. So when bands change vocalists now, and I get it, and I'm like, dude, this guy's not even remotely fucking close. That is the biggest fucking turnoff because to me, that's automatically changing the sound of the band. Everybody says, oh, well, if you get a different drummer, like, dude, as long as they can try to play the same style, you're not going to know fuck all nothing difference. Unless it was some drummer who really had his own style and uniqueness, there's exceptions. Yeah, you're not going to really tell a difference. I mean, it was obvious, like, for example, when Dying Fetus got rid of Kevin Talley, to be honest, the band went downhill ever since he was out. I was like, dude, he was definitely the best drummer of the band. You could just tell. So there is those examples, but vocalists, that is numero uno. But Morbid Angel, before they even changed vocalists, well, they technically changed without Mike Browning. But again, with David in there, it's changes vocal styles. Again, it's not even like it's slightly different. It's drastically fucking different. So yeah, that was the biggest turn. That was specifically the biggest turnoff. Now going back, you know what I mean, for several years now, I do like Covenant. I mean, it's still my least favorite out of especially Altars, Blessed or Sick, Abominations. Out of those ones there, which one do I like the least? Covenant, without a doubt. But initially, I'm like, this kind of album sucks. I'm like, what's with these crappy ass vocals? Cameron Thrash Boner Great Crib. How are you not a poser for not knowing Sacred Reich, but you are if you've never ever heard Whiplash or Slow Your Rot or even Nunslaughter or Disaster. As a thrasher, Sacred Reich and Whiplash are both bands someone should have checked out if they consider themselves to be seriously into thrash. Yeah, I don't know if that makes them automatically a poser, especially in today's day. I'm definitely, especially if I'm doing this channel and kind of, I don't want to say meeting people, but seeing their opinions, I'm slightly softening my stance. And the only reason being, not because I'm fucking wimping down, is just because you got to remember, like now, which actually I feel bad for the youth, it's because the youth, let's say they're 15. It's not their fault that they're young. They're getting into it now. Getting into it just now is fucking overwhelming as fuck. The first thing that's going to pop in their face is not going to be Sacred Reich. It's not going to be Whiplash. It's going to be the newer bands like the fucking 200 Stab Wounds and shit. And with all due fucking respect, you got no business fucking checking out 200 Stab Wounds if you never even heard Sacred Reich or Whiplash. Now, granted, I understand why they would, and I would be probably in the same position if I was their age, just being thrown into it now because they don't know any better. How do you expect them to know any better? I wouldn't either if I was in their shoes. So, so does that make them a poser if they picked up the new 200 Stab Wounds and they never heard goddamn Sacred Reich Ignorance? No, that's just an ignorant, stupid fucking statement. Now, if they're in this for the next 10 years, even then, honestly, because there's so much shit that, yeah, it's almost like it's overwhelming. That's why I wish half these fucking bands would just stop doing shit because it's like, it's just kind of useless clutter at this fucking point because it's like, oh, this again? This has been done for the millionth fucking time. It's nothing goddamn special whatsoever. Again, every time I hear a new Swedish death metal band that sounds like fucking Entombed, doesn't even have to be from Sweden. If it sounds like Entombed or The First Grave, I just want to chuck it out the window pretty much. Exceptions to the rule here and there. Again, when I first heard Entrails and shit, when they put out their first album, Tales of the Morgue, because that's kind of, I've always considered that kind of like mix of fucking Left Hand Path with Into the Grave with a pinch more melody. That's kind of how I always described it. Absolutely loved it, but that's just because their songs on there were so very, very good, memorable, kind of like sing along, tap your foot to songs on the first listen. That's extremely rare that any bands are doing this. It's usually just like, yeah, okay, it's whatever, pretty good background death metal that sounds like a tune. You don't need another fucking band that sounds like that at fucking all. So the market's really over fucking saturated. So now if you're some guy and you're 40 years old and yeah, you're claiming to like metal and being into it and being like, all right, yeah, you never heard Whiplash take a break. Now that's a poser, 1,000%. So you can't just, I'm agreeing with you there. But to say just automatically, you're a poser if you haven't heard of Sacred Reich or Whiplash, well, there's levels. Not a 19-year-old kid. I wouldn't agree with that. Maybe he'll get around to it, but again, kind of doesn't know the difference because he's checking out more so what's current, what's out, what's available to buy, what's at the forefront. But to be completely honest with you, I did the same fucking thing. Look at a lot of the stuff that I got into when I was around like the late 90s and shit, going to shows. I mean, first death metal band I heard, Cannibal Corpse, fucking Vile. When that came out in 96. Started going to shows in 98. It's 2 years old. I heard it before that, so I probably heard it in 96. I think I did hear it in 96. I was either 11 or 12 years old when I heard Cannibal. So it was either 96 or 97 because I was born in 85. So, first one I heard, it was the newest record. So to say somebody for getting into death metal today, first thing they heard is 200 Stab Wounds full-length album. That's not outlandish. To me, I'm kind of like, oh, God, look, sit down, son. Let me give you some schooling. You need to check out the fucking back catalog. But at the same time, I'm guilty of that too. When you really break it down, looking back at it, first death metal album I heard, Cannibal Corpse, Vile. That is kind of silly on paper. Oh, dude, if you just only heard that, dude, you need to hear Altars of Madness. You need to hear Scream Bloody Gore. You need to hear fucking Seven Churches. You need to hear fucking Slow Your Rods. You definitely need to hear the Cannibal albums with Barnes. I mean, there's shit that you need to hear Onward to Golgotha. I mean, starting at Vile, but again, I didn't know. That's just where you start. You know what I mean? You don't know. But to my defense, that's again, it wasn't one of those fucking canoes, and now almost 40 years old. What's fucking Sacred Reich? You know what I mean? You go and you figure it out. Grand Sacred Reich was my first, but Whiplash, for example. So I first heard Sacred Reich's Real Metal when I was 10 years old. How long did it take me to get to Whiplash, for example? Let's do the math. When did I first hear Whiplash? I know it was the 2-on-1 CD, Power and Pain and Ticket to Mayhem. I think that Insult to Injury licks fucking balls from what I remember. It's been years since I heard it. I think I was like definitely no earlier than age 18. And I want to say age 20, at the latest age 21. Because I'm picturing when it came in, was it Displeased Records that put that CD out? That's what I have, the 2-on-1 CD. I have a LP version of Power and Pain too. I think I have a bootleg version. Ones that actually came through Hell's not that long ago. I picked them up. Oh, fuck yeah, Power and Pain. I wish somebody would do a Power and Pain picture disc. I would definitely pick that up. Motherfucker, be on the wall for sure. But yeah, so you figured, heard Sacred Reich at 10. Let's just say like I said, earliest 18, latest 21, heard Whiplash when I think it was Displeased. Put that CD out. Let's say 20. It took me 10 years to get down to Whiplash. You gotta remember, the shit was all out of print stuff. It wasn't available in the 90s. So, again, put it in context. Just because some 18-year-old hasn't heard it, he's not a fucking poser. But again, if it's a 40-year-old dude in the year 2023 and, I never heard fucking Whiplash, and he's claiming to be about, just get lost, bro. That is a fucking poser, for sure. I agree. Rex, your question marks. J-Dog update. I'm the only one who heard Sacred Reich in the movie Encino Man. Fuck you, you're not, brah. Who do you think you're the only person on this planet? Of course not. I mean, if I didn't mention this video, obviously I forgot it. It's the American way in there. I remember that. But granted, dude, I haven't seen Encino Man in fuck me dead a long time. But I thought it was cool. I saw Sacred Reich in there. And the last time I saw that movie was, I don't think I've ever, in fact, I know I've never seen it since I've been an adult. So the latest teenage years. Rick G, Altars of Madness used to be my favorite Morbid Angel album. Used to be. But now it's a very close second behind Blessed of the Sick. Oh, yeah? I mean, I can see if somebody said Blessed of the Sick is their favorite. I could see that. What is about Blessed that makes it a step down from Altars for you? Just curious because I love both albums. Again, the half and half vocals, to where he's got the half sick fucking vocals and the half not. Even the half not sick vocals, again, Macho Man Randy Savage vocals, for a better lack of better description. I just didn't like those as much. And then just some of my favorite fucking songs were on Altars. Like, for example, the opening track, Immortal Rights and Suffocation. Those, I always used to say Chapel of Ghouls is my favorite song. It's definitely up there, but I don't know. It actually might be Immortal Rights and Suffocation. They just so happen to both be on Altars. Another thing is too is the Thy Kingdom Come and Abominations. I do like the versions on Blessed Are the Sick. They're good. I thoroughly enjoy them. Those are some of the biggest bangers on the album. However, though, I think that the 7-inch recording, Thy Kingdom Come 7-inch, which is those two particular songs are on there, are much fucking better. So that it gets points deducted from there. Now, I will say this is, which I know I forget the fucking name of it's on the tip of my tongue. What was the original name for Ancient Ones? On Blessed Are the Sick, as far as recording and stuff like that, my favorite song on there would be The Ancient Ones. But that song is on Abominations of Desolation, but they renamed it. Abominations, I'm forgetting the name. And it's, reworked and shit like that. But I think I like the Blessed Are the Sick version, the Ancient Ones, better. Granted, I heard it first, too, though. Granted, I did hear Blessed Are the Sick before I heard Thy Kingdom Come 7-inch as well, but it's no denying. I mean, the Thy Kingdom Come 7-inch, I think it's considered a demo, too. Demo 7-inch. That is one of the fucking sickest ass, most evil goddamn recording sickest ass, evil sounding demos, death metal demos ever, in my opinion. That is a fucking banger. You know what I would like to see that come out on too is a 12-inch maxi picture disc. That badass fucking cover on the wall, goddammit. It's played at a 45. It doesn't exist. All I have is I don't even know if my 7-inch is a bootleg version because that 7-inch has been pressed so many times. There's bootleg versions, officials. I don't even fucking. And I think I have a 7-inch picture disc of it. I'm almost positive that's a bootleg. Why do I say it's a bootleg? Because it kind of looks like ass. Looks kind of like it came from Brazil or some shit. But I'm almost positive this 7-inch picture disc, bootleg 7-inch picture disc, and then the 7-inch. I don't even know, but I've had it since I was a teenager. I bought it on fucking eBay. They're not pulling that shit. I was around in the 80s when it came out. It's like, fuck, I was. I was playing with goddamn X-Men toys in the goddamn 80s. Shit, not even X-Men toys yet. I know those existed. Whatever the fuck I was doing, but it wasn't goddamn spinning Thy Kingdom Come 7-inch. That's the goddamn sure. Keep it real over here. I know motherfuckers that make up the years they're born and shit. Silly ass fucking, what are you doing, dude? Nobody cares. None of that over here. So, but yeah, so that's kind of why Ultra still outweighs Blessed. But by no means am I looking at someone like, what a fucking cunt. Ew, likes Blessed or Sick more than Ultras. It's like, oh, no, I can see that. That's not an outlandish fucking statement. If you came in and saying, elude fucking whatever, that's better than Ultras, man. That's like, take a fucking hike, canoe ass rookie. That's just there's no opinion about it. That's just an incorrect statement. Comes with you know the fucking do. Put it in the couch box, get answer right in the morning. Later, goddammit.